shuttle diplomacy from Jerusalem to the occupied West Bank. The UN Secretary-General reiterates his call for calm during what he calls a dangerous escalation. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas makes it clear that Palestinians have a right to protect themselves, but that he wants to return to negotiations with the Israelis, a message he will be bringing to the US Secretary of State John Kerry when he meets him in Jordan on Friday.
Secretary of State Kerry knows exactly what we want. We want to return to negotiations based on international legitimacy. Settlement expansion is illegal. We all know it. Let's put that on the table. Let's do that. Then we will return to negotiations.
Abbas says they had no choice but to ask for international protection. The recent violence has not just been about Israel's occupation, but more specifically and crucially, the fear that Israel wants to change the status quo at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, known to Jews as the Temple Mount. Many Palestinians believe that with gradual steps, Jews one day may be allowed to pray there, limiting Muslims' ability to worship at the site. I asked the UN Secretary-General what the United Nations is doing to calm an extremely volatile situation and what exactly international protection means.
In the hands of the Security Council members, what kind of international protection forces or international presence? The President is asking, if not, we need international presence like monitoring or international
at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, Temple Mount?
International protection forces. But it's in the hands of the Security Council.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much.
But diplomacy seems a world away from the reality on the ground. There have been a steady stream of protests and confrontations with the Israeli army, and a recent surge in incidents of alleged stabbings of Israelis by Palestinians. On Wednesday, an Israeli soldier was seriously injured after what the Israeli army says was a stabbing attack southeast of Ramallah. One Palestinian was shot dead and another arrested. And this is the funeral for two Palestinian teenagers shot dead in Hebron on Tuesday night. The army says the teens tried to stab a group of soldiers, but local sources say they were unarmed.
Palestine is being robbed as women and children and elders are being abused. In Jerusalem, young men are being killed without committing a crime. A knife is planted next to them. This obviously has an effect on us and makes us demonstrate.
Two different narratives and two peoples becoming more suspicious of each other. Serious diplomatic decisions with real impact on the ground may be the only way to calm what has become a tense and violent situation. Stephanie Decker, Al Jazeera, Ramallah, in the occupied West Bank.